the story. Folks watching movies right here since 1935, with the good times rolling up to 2017 when the grand old lady was almost torn down. But thanks to fundraising, it was saved by a group of community volunteers, folks like you. And now, the Westdale's a showpiece, a not-for-profit charitable organization restored to its full glory and heritage designated to boot. Cool. So then right from this very seat, you could check out way more than just great movies. There's all kinds of arts and culture, music, talks, performances, and of course, popcorn. But like in all good stories, there's an unexpected twist. 2020 hits and bam, the new normal, with stages going dark all over the world. Thank you. Now, it doesn't take a PhD in accounting to know no lights, no camera, no cash. Which means we need a little help from our friends to keep on keeping on. So if you can donate a little or a lot, it sure would help us keep the lights on, making you one of the heroes of this story. Stay tuned for the next chapter in the Westdale.
Hey, good evening, folks, and welcome to Hamilton Originals. Tonight's guest, Chris Chambers. Take it away, Chris.
1, 2. Shaking off the coffee, sadness in your eye. When the weekend comes, we just say goodbye. Then I'll wait till morning and waking up alone. You know you can't stay here, I know you can't go. Still the mess we made, swept under the rug. I sleep on the couch sometimes, just because. You left strands of tobacco blonde everywhere. You left strands of tobacco blonde everywhere. Cutting out the silence, I lay down my guard. Laying here beside me, you shouldn't be that hard. Stomping through the nightlife and looking down the hall. The meanest words that come out, they still can't break the fall. Still the mess we made, swept under the rug. And I sleep on the couch sometimes, just because. You left strands of tobacco blonde everywhere. You left strands of tobacco blonde everywhere. You left strands of tobacco blonde everywhere. You left strands of tobacco blonde everywhere.
Nice. Tobacco Blonde. Chris Chambers in the band. Nice, Chris. Chris,
Thanks. I gotta get right on this thing, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chris, so you almost didn't make it here tonight.
Yeah, my car blew up on the drive home from sound check.
Yes, his car blew up. That's kind of a picturesque thought.
It was awesome.
But glad to have you here, you and the band.
Yep.
We're going to introduce them in a moment. But first, just a little bit about your history.
Okay.
First, well, you were born, and then what happened?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. I met these guys like sometime after, and we.
Okay, let's skip right ahead.
Okay. How far do you want? Okay. You want to talk? Okay.
Like when you're a little kid, you know, like
When I was a
when
little kid, I had a lot of. My dad had a huge record collection.
Oh.
So I listened to everything. Like he listened to everything, which is great. So the first thing I really knew how to use as a kid was how to scratch a record, basically, just because I could I could just reach it. But I remember putting on records, and I had little like toy guitars and stuff like that when I was really young. So I had every cool record that came out from like the Beatles forward, like
Nice.
Motown, all that stuff, like really young. So I just got spoiled with great music really young. Yeah. That's the short
And
version.
when did you get your first guitar?
First real guitar, I was 11.
11.
And yeah, so
Okay.
some time ago. And then shortly after that, I started going out and hanging out in CD bars with CD people.
Okay.
Playing.
And you're still doing that to this day.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's hear another song. You got
Okay.
something else up your sleeve?
Totally, yeah. Here's one that I wrote. The first time I did a record, I wrote this song in my 20s. I forget how long, 10, 15 years ago or something like
Okay.
that. So that's about all the intro to it I've really got right now, unless you want to really unpack
No,
this.
let's
but
just
play
skip
it.
right to the song.
All right, cool. Cool. Yeah. You good? Sorry. We'll
Sorry?
count you in. We'll give you the.
Sure.
Yeah?
What song is
Sorry.
that?
We did it.
Okay, I'm ready.
You'll be all right. It's straight ahead. Looking through the years gone by, in the pictures that I lost, couldn't find your smile, little one. I figured I might be the cause. Searched the empty boxes in the basement after I burned everything inside. I never said that I was sorry, kept my forgiveness in my mind. Oh, looking for sorry, look to someone else. Trying to find an explanation, it won't be any help. Oh, 'cause I came in through the front door to the backside of your place, never to forget the empty look upon your face. Left with all your reasons, the promises you made. Looking at me for sorry, you got a long, long time to wait. Thinking about the words we left, but didn't leave me feeling bad. I told myself I hated you, and I meant every word I said. Thinking any way I can take back some of what you stole. All my friends that became enemies, all out of my control. Oh, looking for sorry, oh, look to someone else. Trying to find an explanation, there won't be any help. 'Cause I came in through the front door on the backside of your place, never to forget the empty look upon your face. Left with all your reasons, promises you made. Looking at me for sorry, you got a long time to wait.
Oh, looking for sorry, someone else. Trying to find an explanation won't be any help. 'Cause I came in through the front door, the backside of your place, never to forget the empty look upon your face. Left with all your reasons and the promises you made, looking at me for sorry, you got a long, long time to wait.
Sorry.
Yeah,
That one's called Sorry, right?
No kidding, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
feeling and a
Okay,
song.
nice one. Okay, so back to the 11-year-old days.
Yeah.
So you got the guitar.
Yeah.
Then what happened? There was
Okay.
like some great guitar player, some mentor.
Yep. Two doors down. So I had a couple teachers when I was really young that I'm still friends with to this day. My pal Glenn Booth was one of them. Was my very first guitar teacher. We taught for a little bit with him, but I found out 2 doors down from me was was Carmen Genovese. Was my neighbor, and he played with Ronnie Hawkins.
Whoa.
After all of
The band left.
after they all split, yeah, I believe he was the next guy in. And so I started learning from him every week for, I don't know, probably a year or so, I think. And it was like took my guitar playing to a, oh, there he is. Yeah.
There he is. There he is.
Yeah, that was a tough photo to find too. Rita Shirelli, I think, posted that because he used to play with Rita as well. He played with everybody in the Toronto area. And I was lucky enough to live next door to him for, my childhood. And then I began playing at the American House in Waterdown, so I would have been 12 by then. And Peter McFarland was a saxophone player who we lost a couple of years ago, but he was a good friend of my dad's. They worked together, and he kind of snuck me in to play with the Personics and the Crowbar guys, so Sonny and all those dudes. And Norm was there. Norm, our sound guy.
Norm Thornton.
Norm
our
was
sound
there
guy.
right from the beginning at, when I was, a kid.
Yeah.
And now I'm still kind of a kid. And yeah, but Norm's still here.
Yeah.
I haven't quite chased him off yet, just, not for lack of trying. But yeah, those guys were so then I kind of got spoiled again, musically, like with musicians, because they were all, like I had no business kind of really playing with most of those guys. But they were cool.
were.
Yeah, but they were totally cool. So
Nice.
they let me go and hack my way through old bar standards and stuff. I mean, there wouldn't be standards anymore even at this point, but I learned a lot of like R&B stuff between Carmen and between all those guys like Terry Branagh, Neil Nikifor, and Sonny Bernardi.
Hey, we're gonna get to those guys
Are we?
shortly too.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
You're
Good.
jumping ahead.
Sorry,
of me.
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just getting excited.
Let's do another song. What
Okay.
do you say?
Are you now where are we?
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
can
you're
I-
on this. Yeah, totally. Never say what you mean? Never say what you mean? Yeah, you get the killing me with guitar power already.
Yeah. Okay. Take it from the top.
Yeah.
Come to me solo, come to me crying, heartache hanging from your lips. Trying to hide it, no use in fighting. There's nothing left for us but this. And I know, and I know, and I know you never say what you mean. And I know, and I know, and I know the whole way you have. Drive through the back road, stare at the starlight until the rest just fail to exist. The road that I paved you in second chances is falling miles back in the distance. And I know, and I know, you never say what you mean. And I know, and I know, the whole way you have. And I know, and I know, and I know you never say what you. And I know, and I know, and I know the whole way you have.
Tight. Thank you. Thank you, Judy, our only audience member tonight.
This is not the first time that Judy Marseilles has been the only person out to see us, I
That's
promise.
right. She's got rank here in
Absolutely,
Westdale.
absolutely. She runs this town as far as I'm concerned.
So getting back to those good old boys, because we got a few pictures of them. I think
right on.
we got one of Neil Nikifor. I think if you can bring that one up.
There
Mark,
he is.
There he is. Getting a big old kiss. That was before COVID, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
Long before.
Yes. Yes, honey. That's. Can you see?
And Neil, a great, great bass player, played with Crowbar.
Yeah.
I think Ronnie maybe.
I think Neil kind of played with everybody.
Yeah, he played.
Whether
with
he
everybody.
remembers it or not, I don't know.
He played in a band with me for years called the Sugar Daddies.
Yep.
Neil and Vic
Vic.
Culotta,
Yep.
Tom Forsyth.
Yep.
All great players from around here.
Yeah.
And
all guys that I met in Waterdown back then when I was a kid. Like I remember meeting Tom and you as well. Mind you, I was
kids.
sailing under the radar a little bit, but
And
there's
Bill Carey was the leader of that
Bill,
band,
yeah.
as I recall, the Sugar Daddies.
yeah, there's
But
Gibbard.
there we are with. There's Neil playing the bass. Maybe you can run through.
That was a couple. Okay, so that was a couple summers ago at Ted Thorpe's farm, and Ted was a regular out there, just one of those guys I've known for years, and he has the big farm party. So he hires Crowbar. I think he had a Jerome Godbout and a couple of bunch of guys he hires out there. So I forget who I ran into. I probably ran into Neil the night before or something like that. But there's Terry Branagh on guitar. There's Sonny Bernardi on the drums. John Gibbard, Chris Dahmer on piano, and good old Uncle Neil back there. And I was just I had a gig later. I remember now, that was a Sunday night. I was going to end up playing with these guys after, but I figured I had the whole afternoon off. I'd go see the good old boys and hang out. And somebody, I can't remember who snapped that. But I was like, oh, that's kind of because I don't think there's many pictures of me back when with those guys, right? Not everybody had a camera on their phone and everything like that then. So that's kind of a more recent picture of me, slightly grown up.
Yeah. Have we got a couple more of those, Mark?
There's Sonny. Yeah, this would have been just dropping in on them. Like if I ever had the time, because they would still do jams here. That's probably in Burlington, I think, the Kerrigan. Okay, that says Vern, right? Vern White took that photo. And that was just Sonny and I. He was probably about to say or do something funny, I bet. So I think he was probably setting me up for a joke right about there, I think. If, you know, if history taught us anything.
Is there one
Are there
more?
Oh, and there's Peter. So that's Peter who,
McFarlane?
Pete McFarlane, yeah, who introduced me to all those guys. I mean, he would have known me even before I played anything, just from knowing my old man, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a hell of a guy. And yeah, he died about 2 years ago, I think, and I was pretty bummed out about that, as you can imagine. But yeah, he was the guy that got me, threw me in the deep end with those guys. It was great. Yeah.
Throwing you to the lions.
Absolutely.
Ah, great. Okay, well, let's do another song.
Cool. All right.
I thought that last one was going to be something else, but
Oh.
is it When You Get Back next?
It says Ophelia there, so why don't we do that?
skipped over
to
When You Get
keep
Back.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
We skipped that one. That's what I thought.
I didn't wear my glasses. I apologize for that. That's on me.
Hey, no big deal.
Well, do you want to do? Should we do When You Get Back then? Why don't we do
Okay.
that? This is like the Hamilton thing, just off the cuff, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's our thing anyway. I don't
That's
know.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rehearsal. Who needs
You know,
that?
we hate that
For
word.
losers, man. Toronto can do that.
Yeah. All right, When You Get Back.
One, two, three.
She like me found I was riding from Hong Kong, and dug it even better, talking long distance on the phone, and cool and sexy, getting that postcard from Brazil. When I get back home, oh, she wants to give me a chance. She said, when you get back, we gon' chat you all night long. She lied. She said, when you get back, we gon' sing a different song. She lied. I flew in on the red eye, I put a quarter in the phone, and a voice said, leave a message, there ain't nobody home. I live in a hotel, wonder where she's at. You know the girl's giving me the third degree, and that ain't where it's at. She said, when you get back, we gon' chat you all night long. She lied. She said, when you get back, we gon' sing a different song. She lied. She said, when you get back, everything be hoochie-coo. But she lied. She said, when you get back, baby, I'll take care of you. But she lied. You know that she lied. You know that she lied. You know that she lied. Oh, you know that she lied. Oh, well. New York and London, I had it all planned out, but you should have seen how it all panned out. I live in a hotel, I wonder where she's at. You know the girl giving me the third degree. That ain't where it's at. She said, when you get back, we gon' chat you all night long. She lied. She said, when you get back, we gon' sing a different song. she lied. She said, when you get back, everything be hoochie-coo. But she lied. She said, when you get back, baby, I'll take care of you. But she lied. You know that she lied. You know that she lied. You know that she lied. Oh, you know that she lied. Oh, well.
When you get back. Yeah, the sudden ending. Very sudden. Very nice. Nice one, guys.
Right on, thanks, man.
Yeah, well, I think it's about time we let these folks know who you're playing with.
Cool.
These are not just regular guys.
No.
No,
They're
these
my
are
guys.
They're your guys.
Shall I? You want me to introduce?
Yes,
All right, that's David McMillan over there on the bass guitar.
Dave McMillan. What's Dave's story?
Yeah.
My story? What do you want to know?
Okay. He throws it
Okay,
back to
here,
you.
I'll do. Dave, you've been here how many years now?
8 years?
Right, and you're a Libra, right?
No, Capricorn.
That's what I was meant.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah,
Capricorn.
same thing.
You meant that.
Yeah, Dave's from Midland, and
Midland.
I met Dave actually on a teaching gig, like way
Yeah.
before we started playing at
In Oakville.
Oakville. Yeah, and then I called him for, like anyone, I need a bass player. So call him. And after I called everybody, they said, okay, call Dave now. And I called, and yeah, we just gigged a bit over the years, and then eventually, just when he moved to Hamilton, I was like, oh, this is great. Now he doesn't have to drive for it. We can.
Yeah.
Then we've been playing together for like years and years and years now.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's
All
the end
right.
of it. And he's a Capricorn
And from Midland.
from Midland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
right, right next to Penetang, where all great boaters like to go.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Penetang.
Yeah.
My boat was there for
Okay.
years.
We didn't talk to the people from Penetang.
No.
Whoa.
No.
Okay, well, that explains it.
See, he's a Hamilton guy already, right?
Yeah, you see?
Yeah. And
And-
back there,
Back there.
Sean O'Grady.
Sean O'Grady. Yeah, oh. Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Sean.
Or I can yap about him if you want, or if
Now
he
let's
can
see
do
what
it. Yeah.
Sean's story is. What do you have to say?
I've lived in this town a really long time,
Okay.
about 30 years, I guess.
All right, that's good.
And I've been playing music here ever since I got to town, right up until March.
Right, like all of us. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
And when did you start playing drums, Sean?
I started playing drums when I was 16. My dad got me a set of drums, and I started playing along to Kiss records and Van Halen records.
All right.
And I moved to Hamilton when I was 19, studied some music for a while, and then by the time I was 20, I was playing full time.
Okay.
Yeah, and I settled in Hamilton because I could afford a house here, and
Like all of us.
I fell in love with the city as time went by.
All right, nice. And we've all fallen in love with this city, that's for sure. And especially Westdale.
Yeah.
It's the greatest part of the city. Okay, enough of that. Enough plugging. What about another song?
Yeah.
I'm thinking now it's
Okay,
Ophelia.
now it's all right. Yeah, there we go. See. By the
right.
time we get to the second sheet, I'll
Okay,
I'll
you'll
have
be
this down,
back
I
on
promise.
track.
Yeah.
Ophelia, song by the band. Now,
band, right.
this gives me a little segue to mention next week we've got Ronnie Hawkins on the show. He's going to be phoning in from Peterborough, along with Gary Lucas, who will be on the stage with me, Ronnie's best friend. So, yeah, that's that. And as you guys probably know, Ronnie is the guy responsible for starting the band. Really, him and Levon coming up from Arkansas. So here's a song called Ophelia off, I think this is off the Brown album,
Yeah.
as I called it.
Yeah.
It had no title.
I don't think. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the Brown
It's
album.
that picture of all them. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Bars on the windows, mail by the door. Why'd anybody leave just so quickly for Ophelia? Where have you gone? The old neighborhood just ain't the same. Nobody knows just what became of Ophelia. Darken my door. Was it something that somebody said? Oh, honey, you know we broke the rules. Was somebody up against the law? Oh, honey, no. Well, I died for you. Ashes are left up, coast is clear. Why do the best things always disappear like Ophelia? Come back home. Take one, Mike. Was it something that somebody said? Oh, honey, you know we broke the rules. Was somebody up against the law? Oh, honey, you know, well, I died for you. They got your number, scared and running. Me, I'm still waiting on the second coming of Ophelia. Come back home.
Ophelia, please darken my door. I love that line. Oh, the band. Now, what about, I know you played with some other great players besides these two guys.
Yeah.
Let's start with, I think we got even pictures of them. First of all,
There he is.
Matt
Matt Guitar Murphy.
Guitar. Like, you got to be good to
Yeah.
have a middle name
Yep.
like Guitar.
Absolutely. Well, his parents really had some foresight there too to name him that.
Really, I can't believe it.
That was at Hamilton Place, which was really cool because when I was a kid, I had I watched the Blues Brothers a million times, but I ripped off a lot of stuff from him, and I always just thought he was super cool. Like on Saturday, all the SNL stuff I used to watch, the hat and the shade, he was just super cool. And then when I met him, you know, he was 83, I think, in that picture before we lost him. But I hung out with him all day, him and his wife, and he was super cool. It was that was my highlight, I think, because like 5-year-old me, you know, that was climbing the mountain. It was like, well, I played with one of the real guys, right? Because he was first generation of sort of the electric blues guys that came out, right? Yeah. And he liked me, as far as I know. I mean, he could have told me to beat it, but I hung out. We had lunch all day, and his wife grilled me about stuff, which was entertaining. But yeah, he was totally cool, and I don't know. There's not. I don't want to yap on about it too much because it was just really. It was just
a good.
It was just a great moment of just like, yeah, I did something cool. Like if I die tomorrow, I did that.
I played with Matt.
Yeah.
So. Okay, and
hey, there.
Now we've got Morgan Davis here.
Yeah. I opened for him years ago in Hamilton. him, and actually my buddy Alfie Smith was on as well. They horned me in on that, which was cool. And there was like 6 people there, which whatever. But I got to meet him, and he was really really nice. And then that picture, so that was many years ago.
We got another one of them
But
too.
that was Oh, there he is.
There he
Yeah,
is.
he always looked cool too.
Nice suit.
But that last photo was I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago in Hamilton as well, at Bay City at the Old Leander Boat Club, and it was a Sunday afternoon blues thing or whatever it was, and I was the guy backing him up that day, and he was totally cool, and he showed me some John Lee Hooker chords.
Oh yeah.
Which was
on the old-
sitting some weird tunings and stuff like that.
What's he playing there at Dan Electro?
It looks like one. I don't know. He had
think,
all kinds of weird stuff.
Wacky. Yeah, I saw some other pictures and he had wacky guitars.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then moving along. Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
boy. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Who are those guys?
There's Frankie
Yeah.
Venom.
The head.
I used to see him he lived above a place called GP Grumpy's, which is gone now. Well, I mean, the building's still there, but it was like one of the, I don't know.
Where was it?
Is it King and,
King and
no,
Lock.
Pearl Lock? King and
Yeah,
Lock.
yeah.
No, yeah.
It's the
There's
new. It's something
I
else.
forget what it is now, but when he lived upstairs, and I think the story was that he used to, once a month, they'd get Teenage Head to play there to cover his rent or his bar bill or something like that. I forget which one it was. But he used to hang with my buddy Tony, a bass player, another guy we lost a couple of years ago, who I played with from when I was really young. And he would just sit there. He was a really sweet guy. We'd sit and just drink beer and drink whiskey, and he was just cool. So, and he would get up and we would do like, he would do old rock and roll songs. If ever we were up, because there would be a jam night there on, I think, Tuesdays or Wednesdays or something like that. And so I'd go down and see those guys, and he would get up and do like, Chuck Berry stuff, or like, I can't remember the one. There was one he always used to do, like super old, early rock and roll song, but it's like from a punk guy. So
We got another shot of them, I think. More recent. Do we, Mark? Mark? Hello. There we go. Maybe it's not more recent. Hard to tell. I thought I had a more up-to-date one, but maybe it's better we don't show that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the head. Now, what about, okay, whoa, hey, that's not in the oh, no, that is in the program. That is the infamous
Absolutely.
Tim
Tickner.
Tickner.
My sensei. He said he was going to watch, but he's probably tuned
he's
out
probably
by now.
asleep,
I
yeah.
think. He said I'm going to watch the first minute, and that's about it. But and
Well,
fair. Yeah, I met Tim. I don't know, probably 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. He showed up at our old Thursday night house gig, and Sean introduced me, and he came down with his wife Sue, and we just kind of talked for a few minutes and kind of hit it off, just being goofs, right?
Yeah, goofs,
And I sent him a message or something. I said, hey, you want to grab a coffee sometime and just hang out? And we started, about a week later, we ended up recording like twice a week for like 2 months straight. And everybody doesn't, well, obviously, but Tim wrote everything, all the jingles
he
and
wrote
all that.
so many great jingles that you all know.
And so we were sitting. Okay, so we're about 2 months into just getting to know each other and hanging out and that. And it was we were fast friends. And he's worked with everybody, big time in the music industry, right? But then we're sitting there, kind of goofing around. He starts singing something, and it reminded me of a commercial I loved from when I was a kid. And it turns out he was singing. It was the HP.
HP sauce.
HP sauce, the singing cow, and I was starstruck by this guy. I'm like, oh my, you're the cow. Like, forget everybody that you worked with.
That was you.
You're the HP cow that was singing like Mac the Knife. Basically, was the old commercial. If anybody remembers it, but
Yeah, that'll probably the HP cow will go on his tombstone or something like that.
I'll
right?
see to it.
I wrote that. Yeah, I think there's one more picture of Tim.
Yeah, and there he is
Now, this
DJing.
is more recent
Yeah.
here.
So I mean,
He's reincarnated himself
absolutely.
as a DJ.
Yeah, and so I would sit in once in a while with him, and the stuff we were kind of writing when we were getting together would be like loud guitars and meets hip hop kind of stuff, because we're both really into that. And yeah, so it was just cool. Like everything, it was just a fun hang, right?
And I gotta say, I was over at Ian Thomas's house a few weeks ago, and he was playing me some tracks that Tim had I think he'd added some percussion to.
Yeah.
So, and as you folks may recall, Ian was on our show, so I'm just making that little
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
connection there. But Tim Tickner, a great Hamiltonian, we got to get him on the show, eh?
Yeah. Well, if he's watching, he could be.
Well,
I think
If he can stay up that late, he's like me. Go to bed at 8 o'clock. Yeah. And last but not least, as far as great producers, okay.
Oh, there's another one. Yeah.
We should mention this is Tim with
Astrid.
Hefner.
Yeah.
Darcy's wife and the head of An Instrument for Every Child. Fantastic lady with a fantastic man. So there you go.
Yeah.
But moving along to, I was going to say, this guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
Nick,
shot of him.
Nick Lagona, that's a really cool shot.
Nick Lagona.
I met Nick and I got to work on my friend's record with him back when he was living in Dundas. This is going back. It's my friend Rita DeGent, is a jazz singer from Toronto. She teaches at York. And it was her, I forget who else was on the record, but I met Nick through Rita, because Rita was at a gig of mine in Burlington. And she asked me to come and hang out and do gigs and play with her, because she said I reminded her of her brother, who passed away, who was, so she's like, I'd like you to come and, play on this record. And I'm like, oh, well, of course. Where is it? And I figured I had to drive, because she was in Toronto. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to drive out to Toronto and all that. And she's like, no, he lives in Dundas. I was like, oh, okay.
No rush
Well, that was
hour.
easy. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that was great. So I went, and I didn't know who he was, right? I was probably 19 or 20, I think, when I met him. And we're sitting there, and he's just telling stories about, and I started to get a bit of grasp on all the big records and stuff that he did. Yeah.
He really did some big stuff.
Yeah. It's getting depressing. There's a lot of dead guys in my life.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
to drag the whole
note-
room down. Yeah, sorry.
On that note, let's do another song.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. It's March to April,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, this instrumental thing I wrote.
During COVID, March?
Well, you know what? Kind of. I found an old cell phone recording. Like I would record just whatever ideas on my phone, and then you back up your phone, and it just dumps all this stuff on your computer. And I was going through old audio files, and I found this thing that I've been working on. I date everything, so all my song titles are usually. So I don't know. It was probably 8 years old, and I was like, well, I better finish this, or give me something to do when, everything got canceled in March. So I kind of added a B section to it and did it.
Okay, let's hear
We
it.
can try it, yeah.
Yeah, March
I
to
remember.
April.
Three, four. Here we go.
Very nice. A little instrumental there by Chris Chambers. Yeah. Well, I know just the other day, Chris invented a new word, and I'm going to have him explain it to you now. It's called the quadrifecta. Quadfecta.
Sure.
Quadrifecta.
I don't even remember. Yeah.
Because I asked him, like, any big venues you've played, and he said, yes, I played the quadrifecta.
Well, it was the trifecta, and then we now
we
it's the
added the
quadrifecta.
now.
So yeah, it was. There. Okay, so there. That's Neil took that photo. Neil Nikifor, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Uncle Neil.
So
That's at the Great Hall. That was the Matt Murphy show, and frankly, there were only about. That's a pretty good depiction of how many people showed up to that show.
Ow.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
But we're used to that.
I was happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks just like this right now.
So that was one.
That was Hamilton Place. That's the Festival of Friends.
That's not the one. We're just going to hold on that Hamilton Place shot. Because I don't think we have one of the
Don't we?
of Cops.
Oh no, we don't. Yeah. Well, I ended up doing Cops a couple times for the. We did it. We've all done that one at the Food and Drink. It was a big event there.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not like it was headlining.
Okay, but
Anyway,
sounds
but
like
it
you
was
could've-
cool. No, it sounds cool,
Yeah.
right? But it was just kind of like, oh, that's kind of neat. I played there. I watched Wayne Gretzky play hockey there.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I was playing. That was kind of cool to me.
And then number 3
What was the third?
is used to be known as.
It was the old CH. The old CH. Or okay, which
No,
one? Okay, the other
Ivor-
one. The
Ivor Wynn,
Ivor Wynn, yeah.
which is now Tim Horton.
Yeah, for the Labor Day Classic, backing up. Dave was on that as well. I take this guy everywhere. It's
All
great.
right, he's good.
He could have fixed my car today. That was.
So that's the
for the Labor
try.
Day class. There's the 3. Yeah.
There's the 3, and
Yeah,
then
and now 4 here.
4
right?
here at the Westdale. We're right in the same league as Cops Coliseum.
That's it.
I like
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. And what was that festival shot there?
That was
That's at-
Festival of Friends.
Oh, yeah.
That was when the 3 of us were on opening for the Sadies and Randy Bachman, and that was it was cool, but we were out of there. Like we finished, and then we had to go play. We had a gig in Toronto that night, so we split. So it was like I didn't even see him that day. None of us did, right? We hopped in the old Grady bus and hit the road.
Nice, the old Grady bus. I didn't know he had a bus.
Well, it's a minivan, but
And then you also claim to have played every bar in the GTA.
claimed, yes. All except, oddly enough, the Horseshoe, I think, is the only one I didn't play.
Okay.
I think we talked about that because it was like,
Yeah.
that's kind of the one.
The one you could have played.
Sort of, but it was like, there was never.
But you played the other 700.
The
so
other
that-
700,
yeah.
I've been thrown out of the other 700.
Yeah. Oh, well, geez, that's just great. I think we're getting close to the end of the show here, but we got, let's do another song.
Okay. How many can we jam in here? What time are we at?
I think we got,
Can we get 1 or 2 more?
yeah, we got
we
2
could
at the most, so let's
right.
do.
Do you want to do the rock song to finish, or do you want to do the Lanois one we were going to do?
Let's do that Lanois one.
Let's
Just
do that just to
okay,
keep
just
the
a
Hamilton
short
thing
version,
going on.
because Danielle Lanois.
Yeah.
We'll do one of his songs, The Maker, one of his most popular songs, I'd say. And
It's about to get less popular after we're done with it.
yeah.
Oh, deep water. Black cold like the night. I stand with arms wide open. I run a twisted mile. I'm a stranger in the eye of the maker. I could not see for the fear of my life. I could not speak for the fear of my mind. But across the great divide, in the distance, I saw the light. Saw John Baptiste walking to me with the Maker. Oh, my body is standing broken. My long and dangerously. I can't work the fields of Abraham and turn my back away. I'm not a stranger in the eyes of the Maker. Brother John, have you seen the homeless daughter? Standing there with broken wings. I have seen the flaming sword over east of Eden, burning in the eye of the Maker. Burning in the eye of the Maker. Burning in the eye of the Maker.
Dan Lanois song. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Well, that brings us to the close of the show, but we do have one more song we're going to do, and it's a good one coming up. But before we get to that, I just want to say thanks to all our sponsors, Neo Dental, the best dentist in the world, Dr. Steve Thorderson in Ancaster, Neo Dental, Able Pest Control, a fantastic pest control company. They control all the pests at my house. Okay, and Judy Marcel's Real Estate, and let's hear it for Judy, the best realtor in Hamilton, and the only person in our audience tonight.
Best music fan in Hamilton, too.
Yeah, a definite music fan in Hamilton. And another music fan, Marie Phillips of Next Steps Planning and IPC Securities. Marie Phillips has sponsored us right from the beginning, so we love Marie. The crew, we got Nathan Fleet on camera and tripod there. Norm Thornton from Long McQuaid's doing the sound. And we've got Mark Scola sending the signal out to you folks in your living room. Patrick Maillet from Clearcable. Dave Gruggan on photographs. And the staff of Neil and Dan. Next Monday, as I mentioned earlier, we got Gary Lucas, who is Ronnie Hawkins' best friend, lived with him for 8 years. And boy, the two of those guys have some stories to tell. So they're going to be, well, Gary's going to be here Monday, and we're going to bring in Ronnie on the phone. So don't miss that show. It is our last show up until Christmas. We're going to take a break, and we're back on December 14th with a Christmas special. It's what I like to call a cranky Celtic Christmas, because it features Scantily Plaid and Ruth Sutherland with her Celtic band, and it also features Wendell Ferguson with all of his cranky and quite humorous Christmas songs. So that'll be our Christmas special, December 14th, so tune in for that. But we're going to leave you with a song from Chris Chambers. If you want to get his music, you get on to chris-chambers.com.
Yes, sir.
On
I'm on all the streaming stuff. I'm easy.
He's a young guy. He's on all that. That's the young stuff. Okay. All right, let's end it off and take these folks home with a rocker. Yeah. Uh-oh, he's turning it up. Oh, no, he's adjusting.
I'll behave.
Well, I'm knocking on your door, babe, to see if you were at home. The shades were down, there wasn't even a sound. Something told me you weren't alone. What in the world could an answer don't do? Try to get next to you. Don't laugh, cause it ain't funny. Look how it happened to me. It could happen to you, and you could be a fool too, living in misery. What in the world could a funky king do? Try to get next to you. Don't laugh, cause it ain't funny. Look how it happened to me. It could happen to you, and you could be a fool too, living in misery. What in the world could an answer don't do? Try to get next to you.
Chris Chambers. All right, see you next Monday. Ronnie Hawkins, thank you kindly. Good night.
Thanks, Judy. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Told him again.